Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome. This is the first little interview on Melee's Untold Stories that I'm doing, and today I'm sitting down, uh, obviously virtually, over the computer, over Discord to be exact,
Safe
with
distance.
safe distance away. Also, we're also wearing masks, right? You're wearing your mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all wearing masks. My mic has a windscreen on it, so I'm not, no. It, to to be frank, not to make light of it, but like if you're out there, wear your mask. Do what people tell you to do.
For
But
sure.
anyway, I'm sitting down with well, how would you introduce yourself?
My take is Grim Adventures.
Grim Adventures, gotten straight from one of, would you say the most underrated Cartoon Network shows, or was it pretty okay?
I think people rate it relatively well. Like people always hear my tag, they go, "Oh, from Billy and Mandy." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like I feel like though, like I don't think there's enough meme representation from that show.
that's true. Not enough people reference the Tangelo incident. I don't know. Not enough people sing brains to me mid set. I don't know.
People need to get on that. And what region are you from?
Lock Haven is I guess the region. I wasn't originally from Lock Haven though. I moved here. But yeah, I guess we're Rockhaven, and we definitely I attend a lot of like Penn State events. We travel a bit.
Yeah, because like we're so oh yeah, through this I'm gonna be saying like I'll say like things like we're our stuff like that because to be honest, this is the first interview. Also, this is a I'm very close to Grim. We
Casey's one of the
played.
boys, one of the
Yeah,
Lockhaven
I'm
squad.
also part of the Lockhaven scene. But my hope is with this to also branch out. But so like just for this interview, if you get confused, like why is he saying this? Like yeah, we're really close. I know him. I guess we'll start with this. So when did you start playing Melee? And I'm not talking about competitively. I mean like when did you start playing Melee like at all?
Oh, ever.
Ever?
Um, uh, Definitely as a little young lad. Okay, born in 1997. Actually, as a kid, more often than not, I didn't play melee. I actually played 64 with my cousin
Okay.
for a long time. I was a little kid, but I thought I was pretty good. I played Link. I upbeat a lot. It was great times. I had this thing. I'd land with an up air and then I'd jump and I'd upbeat him and it'd just kill him at like 70. I was like, I'm so fucking good at
I'm
this
so
game.
fucking good,
I
dude.
I thought I was fire. Come to learn, in melee, you jump and you upbeat with Link, and they changed it. It's no longer a rising kill move. It just sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
It's much better as a recovery move. That helps them, I guess. But then they made him Link, so
They did our
unfortunate.
boy dirty.
Tough break for him in every game, I assume. I've only really played these two. But I played melee as a kid growing up for a while. Actually, when I was in elementary school, there was a melee tournament I attended.
Wait. School ran?
No, 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 no.
Okay. Okay.
My elementary school best friend
Okay.
was running this tournament, right?
Okay.
Oh, and not to mention that I think I'm like hot shit at melee as a kid, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, you beat
All
it's
all
everybody.
Smash.
You beat your
And
friends, and then you think
my
you're tough
kid's
shit.
running my elementary school best friend. His name's Corey. He's running a tournament. He's actually moving away, and he's running a like a going away tournament thing out of their church because his dad was a pastor.
Mm.
They're out of this church. They're running a melee tournament, and but the thing about the tournament is that you could enter twice, but you were character locked on both your entrants. It was a really fucked up
Wow.
bracket. It was single elimination. Um, Literally best
Single.
of. I think it was best of three though, so that's kind of cool.
That was good. That was
That's kind of
progressive.
hype.
That was
Kind of
progressive.
hype.
It's so great
Um,
though because it's single
I actually
elimination
ended
on.
up playing myself in bracket at some point.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh yes,
But
clutch it out.
so I had two characters who I played. One of them, who will probably make an appearance in the video, is Fox McCloud.
Oh.
As a young Fox player, but my other character, who I thought was far superior, much better, was Link. I was a Link player,
Yep. Yeah, with that
and
up
so
B.
when I played myself in bracket, they told me to pick one of my characters to move on. I picked Link. Turns out I got second, and that was a bad choice, and I lost. And I fumed. But me and my good friend Corey won doubles, so that's cool. Which we ran a doubles
You
event.
ran, yeah. That I want to tell you ran doubles in elementary school at this elementary
I'm
tournament.
not gonna lie. I think I'll John to this day that I lost singles because they got up a bomb and killed me, and I hate items. But
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, yeah. So this was yeah. Okay, so this is okay. So
I was
elementary school.
it was on Big Blue, and I lost to a bomb.
Oh, hold on one second. Alexa, stop the timer. I set the timer
Damn.
for the matches. Okay,
But
sorry, sorry. Big Blue.
and I on Big Blue, and I was so mad. I was like, man, it feels like I had no control over that. Turns out, my friend Corey is a big cheeser, and he has the worst stage list of all time. Who knew?
But so
But
this was elementary school for you. So this is what, like 2003, 2004 ish.
yeah, it was like 2005 at the latest, and then
Can probably be
Brawl came.
forgiven.
I played Smash pretty religiously up until forever, because Brawl came out, and I didn't play with a bunch of friends in Brawl for a long time, but I did play the game a lot, play the story, and then every time any of my family, like my cousins or stuff, come over, we play video games, play Brawl, and I'd body all of them in Brawl constantly. But that doesn't mean it's Brawl. It's literally my cousins. But I still thought I was hot fire.
Oh hell yeah!
To the point where you do a thing and it's like new character, like you have to fight them.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, hand me the controller.
You were that guy. You were the
I'm a
hand me
little
the
kid.
controller guy.
Yeah, because they're gonna lose, and I don't want to out on Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we gotta get Sonic. Come on.
We gotta get Sonic. I'm probably I gotta try him out.
Now, who was your Brawl pick? Who was your character?
You'll notice a trend here. It turned out I was a Link player, but don't worry, I had a pocket Ike this time. I had a strict fondness for Ike's dash attack, I think.
Okay, I was gonna say, were you the up B Ike kind of player?
No, I loved his dash attack for some reason.
I gotcha. Was it a kill move in Brawl?
I seem to think so. So, so I guess it must have been.
Nice.
I got kills with it, but those were bots mostly. So.
Yep, and cousins that cried.
But then, yeah. So, I guess lead up towards my introduction towards Melee doesn't start with Melee. Obviously, it starts with Smash 4 is coming out, and while I'm in high school, and all my friends who we play, we play League. We're like competitive. We try and play video games.
Yeah.
We think we're gonna be good at League. We all actually secretly hate it, except for Scott. But we're trying League of Legends, and we're trying to be good at it.
Yeah.
But the new Smash game's coming out, and a debate opens up in the friend group. Every single one of us, I think, is pretty certain that we're actually the shit. All right, and that everyone else is actually a loser poser who thinks that they're good compared to us. So we're actually Smash 4 comes out on the 3DS. We don't really do anything with that. We play with each other on 3DS because we don't really hold any stock with it. But we're like, when this game comes on consoles, we're gonna hold a tournament between all of us.
Oh yeah, wait, hold up. That came out on 3DS first, right? Before it came out on the Wii U. Wow, I forgot about that. I thought it was a dual drop.
Nope, came out on 3DS for like it was like I think a month or so before.
Yeah.
So I had it on 3DS, and I had like a month's advantage, grinding.
Yeah.
So we hold this tournament. We ran the fuckiest tournament too. We ran a double elimination bracket, but it was all doubles. It was like the whole thing was doubles, and it was like we were trying to make the teams balanced. So it's like we'd pair like me with like Brian, and we separated the people who we knew were gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From people who were just there to hang out at the LAN party, right?
Yeah.
The boys who were just there to vibe. I think me and Brian end up doing okay. We lose, but me and Scott play each other in a singles match, and I beat him, and it's hype. But then Carter lets us know. Our good friend Carter is at the tournament, and he informs us that not only are we not better at him than Smash, that this game is actually fraudulent and stupid, and that Yeah, he lets us know. We're not all into it the whole time when he's saying it at the first, but currently now I think he's kind of a hype. But
Yeah, no, he
he lets us all know that
Carter
we are
started it.
stupid and uh, childish babies for having playing this. So he's like, listen, we're gonna next time we're gonna run a Smash Four tournament. I'm gonna bring a melee set. We're gonna run a side bracket, and he's convinced that he is going to body us in melee. But the next LAN party is not going to be for about a month at that time, so we know. So LAN party is going to happen in a month. I have my GameCube still. I'm like, ain't no fucking way in hell I'm gonna let some punk ass Carter Allison whoop me in Super Smash Brothers Melee. I
Ain't
played that
no
game as a
way.
kid. I local second place finisher in singles brackets. Me as a
Elementary school.
baby in elementary school. Yeah, no way he's gonna beat me. So I'm like, but when he was talking, he was like, it was so much more advanced. There's so much more you can do in that game. I was like, but how much can it be? I'm gonna have to look into this. I got my game. I got my controller. I'm ready to try this out. I'm gonna find out for myself. So I set it all up and I'm practicing. And moving just feels at first awful. I can't do anything. I look up guides, specifically because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play Marth. He seems simple enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find it's actually still up. There's like a really old Ken tutorial, 2.5 hours long, from 2013
Oh, it's a
Marth
video.
Marth tutorial.
Oh my gosh.
And I watched this thing like 8 times, and for a month I just grinded and practiced. I don't know why. I was just so determined not to lose to Carter. I think
Mm-hmm.
simply okay. Part of it was me and Carter. We were competitive. We always drive to push each other, especially in League. Me and Carter were like we played the bot lane together. I was his support. He was my ADC. We pushed each other, but we talked a lot of shit. Simply because Carter is actually he was so brain dead sometimes. He'd be so out of position, just throw. He'd see minions on the other side of the map, and he had to go kill them, get killed for it. I'd fume for hours at him. It was not healthy.
I feel like there's still some tension.
No, there's no tension anymore. League sucks, and he was right. But yeah. So the next LAN party starts. I've been grinding for a month. Oh, but when I was playing melee at first, it felt so bad. But then like a week later, I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm still gonna practice. I gotta practice. I start like moving a little bit more, and it just feels so much like better than anything I thought it was gonna like. The next the I feel like everyone has that feeling where like you can't wave dash, you're trying and it sucks, and even the attempt of trying to learn this new movement thing is like straining your wrists because your hands don't even know how to do it right,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you kind of get it, but it sucks and you're not good at it. And then you go to bed and the next morning you wake up, and for some reason it just like clicks. It's like boom. So all of a sudden, like your character slides across the screen the way you want him to, and it just feels so nice. And I was like getting hyped for this stupid LAN party tournament we're gonna have. So then, our friend Jake is running the LAN party, and we're holding the ultimate Smash Four bracket. Same game to me, honestly, at this point, but Smash Four bracket first, and it runs so smooth and it's great, and the tournament's fine. And Carter doesn't even play; he's in the corner playing melee. And then we run melee, and there's one setup. It's in the corner. Half the people don't even want to be in the room anymore. We're done. Like it's so late. But I'm invested. I think Scott's kind of invested, and Carter's mad invested. Now, the only problem with this event is the legitimacy of it is that Carter was mad high. I don't know why he thought this was the good time to do that. He probably thought it didn't matter and he was just going to smoke us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he went out and he got so stoned. He came back in and they sat him in the corner with me for a little bit and they're like, "Can you watch him?" And I was like, "Oh no!" So we're running we run the tournament, and in grand finals of the event, I'm playing Carter, and like I barely win, like 3-2 or some stupid. But like the whole time, I'm like, man, he's like in between. he's SDing at 0 and then like coming down and like doing the nastiest 0 to death to me ever. In Falcon Marth, and I'm like holding in because I'm so scared of Falcon. He just like hits me like 18 up airs and knees me, and I'm just like, God damn it! Like, oh, I'm getting so bodied. And then like at the end of like game 5, I like just F smash him in the corner like 8 times, and I think I might have literally popped off.
You
I'm
popped
I
off on a kid stoned out of his mind.
fuck yeah, dude! I did. It was like so visceral. It was just like this. It was like,
Can't even
and I
stay
was
in
like,
his chair, and you're popping off.
and everyone and me and Carter, we both knew who the better player was. It was definitely him that day.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like instantly we had to. We knew that couldn't be it. We couldn't have the one tournament.
Oh no, yeah, you had to have you have to have the rerun.
The rematch had to happen. Um, and we had probably several events throughout there. But after the first tournament, I'm not gonna lie, I was quite literally addicted. The game, I was sucked in. Because our first little Smash 4 tournament happened, and then right afterwards, first ever tournament I watched live, because it was Smash 4 was just came out, and then they ran Apex 2015, and it's the first Melee tournament I've ever watched live. I was popping off. Not gonna lie, I'm still like a dumb PPMD fanboy to this day, even though I've literally only been able to watch him live in tournament 3 times in my life. Watch
Okay.
PPMD win.
Yep.
Watch him. Especially it was like weird because I have never it's my first Melee tournament I'm watching. Apex 2015 was so kind of like masterfully like commentated and narrated, because it's like you go in and they kind of, something I think the Melee scene does really well is they paint like a narrative for like an upcoming event. These are the players, this is their history, this is what you're looking forward to happening, and like, oh, who's gonna win? Armada, Mango, like Mewtwo King, maybe Hungrybox. Leffen, kind of this like figure in the distance where we were thinking about, and then it's just like there was like, oh, also PPMD's coming back to this event, but he hasn't played in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe, I mean, last time he's taken breaks and come back strong before, but to beat Armada, to beat Mango, then I don't
Yeah.
know. And it was just like so well painted. He was just like this like perfect underdog story, and you're just like watching him. And I swear to God, every set he played was close. It was just like nail biter after nail biter.
Yeah, he worked for it.
It was insane. The fucking Leffen PP set to this day like makes me go nuts, because it ends with that like insane fast fall to ledge, which
Mm-hmm.
actually I later find out that it didn't matter that he fast fell to
That's what
ledge
a
so
ledge.
fast
Yeah.
that he beat him, because Leffen's side beat a little too low. But
Still nuts
but
though.
anyway, in the moment I was like, holy, that Edgehog was so fast.
Yeah, I didn't know there was an instant transmission button. I thought I didn't know this was DBZ Fighter.
Dude, it was quite, it was like the perfect fastball afterwards. It was insane. I was just like in full fanboy mode, not just for like not for PP, not for everything. The game I was just sucked in
Mm.
to the point where I kind of like ignored it and just kind of played Melee. Like I probably played like at least 6 hours a day for like a year. It
Gotcha.
was insane. I was hard, and on, at least is like the low amount. Many nights I just gave up. And the worst thing is I didn't live anywhere where, like, I lived in a small town and outside of in like the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and no one played the game there. So I just kind of, I didn't even have like 20XX or any of the training packs back 2015. I just had just my GameCube, and I just beat up bots.
Mm. No U
Just
no
alone.
no UCF.
No UCF. Beat up bots, went to training mode, and just like practice movement.
Nice. So like basically now like you grinded Melee for that year, and then kind of that's kind of how
Yeah,
your competitive thing got started.
it's kind of how I got started into the competitive scene.
Okay.
Distinctive rivalry between me and Carter, and then later me and Scott. Uh, I was a Scott was like an interesting player locally for us, I think, because he at first he didn't like practice, right? He kind of
And
played a little bit,
what is
practiced on his
Scott's
own.
what's the tag Scott goes by now?
He's Cruel Scotty.
Just Cruel Scotty still? Okay.
Cruel Scotty, Luigi, Falco, Marth player. You'll see any of those characters in bracket. Mostly Falco and Marth right now, and historically more Luigi.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah.
Hmm. Bro,
I think it's mostly like an experimental thing, but we'll
I
see. I
got you.
think
I gotta say, as a Fox player, his Luigi can be quite annoying.
yeah.
I get
Well,
grabbed
he's
if
not
I get
experienced
grabbed
in
by
that matchup.
Scott's if I get grabbed by Scott's Luigi, I know that I'm either taking like 40% or dying. It's
He
not
has some
fun.
experience in that. Man. He's played a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody in this chat has given him a lot of experience in that matchup, and it's not me.
I have a lot of love for Scott's Luigi, but honestly, I've been seeing his
Oh no, it's
Falco
so
grow
good.
lately.
It's so good.
His Falco's been on the it's blooming. It's like a beautiful flower. It's ready to blossom. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking great. Yeah, but yeah. So Scott was an interesting because he at the time he was like less invested, very much still invested in league. He still is. Um, Honestly, he's like really good at league. Always was the best league player out of us, and at this point, always will be by far. He, at first, it felt like he was kind of trying to like find the path of least resistance, if you will, to a win. Right? I don't think he wanted to win, but I think he wanted to defeat Carter Allison.
Oh, in are we back to melee?
Yes, this is back to
Okay,
melee.
all right.
No, in League of Legends, Scott would at the time he was invested doing
Just
everything he could to get better.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he put like a couple hours into melee, picked up also Marth. It was simple, but it was very effective. He's so smart at games. Is the thing. Is it like he's so smart and he would figure you out. And honestly, at the time, we're so bad at the game, right? And realistically, we're so bad, and
Mm-hmm.
that if his game plan is figure out how to hit me with big stick, he'd be able to do it because I was not good enough at the game to avoid
Hit
this.
me with
But
big stick.
don't worry, I was able to hit him with big stick back.
There you go.
But the thing is, he wanted to beat Carter, and at the time, Carter was he started a little character crisis for a bit. He was switching between Peach and Fox. He was going Fox, and I noticed something immediately about his Fox. Fox was falling way too quick for him. He missed so many techs.
Mm.
I was like, Carter, what are you doing? You're missing every tech, straight up every tech. And he's like, dog, I just don't know. I don't know what's up. He's like, I play Falcon. I don't know why I can't do it. He was just
Well, I
like in
mean,
a funk or
no,
something.
I get that. I get it. I mean, because like with Falcon, right? Like you like okay for like your nair, right? You don't want to immediately like you don't throw out a nair with Falcon like you do with Fox because Fox, you cancel super quick, but like Falcon, you want to let it ride. Get
Yeah,
both
you
kicks.
gotta get both hits. Um, so Scott like catches on to this, and he is a devious man. This is the only time it's ever happened that Scott went puff in bracket.
Oh, to for his Fox.
Yeah,
Oh.
knock down into jab reset rest. Knock down
Oh.
into jab reset rest. It was bad. It
Oh
was bad.
no, because he
It
just
did. It
couldn't
was
hit that tech.
he couldn't hit it. He couldn't hit the
Oh
text.
man.
And Scott was like, I'm going to abuse this in the hardest possible. It was brutal.
Now, was was Carter high once again at these tournaments, or was he playing with a clear head
At
this
this
time?
point in time, I think it was the norm.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
okay. You're right. Because we've known a lot of players, especially Penn Tech tournaments,
yes.
where 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 like playing
You
high
beat
playing high does not become a John. It can't be a
if
John when that's the only
if you
thing you
do it
do.
every tournament, it's who you
It's who
are,
you
and
are.
that's your results.
Exactly. There's no
And if
John.
you don't want that to be true, show up stoned and beat us. I don't know. Show up sober. I don't know. Ever since then, that time, I don't think Scott ever lost to him.
Wow. After
again.
he just
It was, but like he never beat him that way again. It was never that again. It was just that was the one time he did it, and then after that, it was like they played like a Falcon Marth set. I don't know if it was a mental block from Carter or like Scott had him figured out, or if it was some combination of the two, right?
I gotcha.
But it was just like dominance, like pure dominance to the point where like because Carter got me into the game at this point, so I was like so invested to getting him to like it was like Operation Get You Back to being able to beat Scott because I know he's
Yeah.
not trying as hard as you at this time.
Yeah.
Carter practiced every day, and I was like, oh my god, he can't do it. There was a specific tournament I remember where it was at all night volleyball at our high school.
Oh
We
yes.
ran a tournament,
Yes.
and I know Carter and Scott were destined to meet each other in losers finals. Okay, it was
Mm-hmm.
going to happen, and the entire event, I'm in the like a different setup, warming Carter up in Marth Falcon, and he is playing hot, like he is like going even with me, and I'm like, oh, you're playing so good. He gets to Scott, and it's like he gets F smashed once, and you can just see the life drain from him.
Oh
Like his
no.
life, he just the soul gets sucked out of him, and Scott knew it, and like I could tell that Scott took no pleasure in ending this man,
Hold on. We're
but but he couldn't lose either. Like his pride would
exactly.
never.
Yes, we can't we can't build up.
I'm sorry, but I have to put this child down.
Cue the sad Leffen win music.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, so after that, that was the last tournament that Carter ever attended because I don't know if you know this, but he passed away later.
Mm-hmm.
That and it was pretty tragic. We held a tournament kind of in his honor a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like the last tournament I was gonna play. Like I like I not I was gonna play. I wasn't gonna play Marth anymore. I was done because for some reason I just felt like everyone locally, no one had fun anymore. Versus it was like everyone was playing to beat each other except me at that point, and it felt like sad. It's just like no one even really. They got like people were playing for second. It felt locally,
Yeah.
and it was definitely damper on my mood. And I was like, well, I'm gonna switch. And I switched to. I wasn't sure who I was gonna switch to because I was gonna play either Falcon, Fox, or Falco. They all like alternated being better than each other, but the tournament this tournament actually I have like very strong negative reaction to it because it gets to winners finals pretty standard and it's me versus Scott. I'm trying to go I go Fox game 1, I lose. It's like his Marth and I go Falco and then I barely take a game and then he like 3-1s me and I for some reason I shouldn't have been, but I was just like so like devastated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like I've been grinding these characters and I just couldn't do it. And like, I don't even want to play Marth anymore because I feel like no one has fun when I'm doing it anymore. I play him in Grands and I start game 1 as like Fox, and then I lose like it's like a close game, and I look down and I like sigh and I pick Marth, and then we play Grands and I like 6-0 him from there, and like after that I was like for real though I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
Characters, no one's having fun anymore, you know. That was probably the lowest point for me like mentally of the game. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like damn. Specifically, I was so down because it's just like yeah, like Carter is gone. Like the reason I even play this game is just gone,
Yeah,
and
like
it's just
I can't imagine, dude, like going through that. Like that's
and
crazy.
no one's even and everyone else here just no one has fun playing me anymore, and I just want it to be the game.
Yeah.
But then was the revival. The revival was probably the first SAPs we went to. He's like we show up there. Nobody like obviously no one knows us, right? Like we're literally nobodies. At
Yeah.
this time, there's not even a Lock Haven scene. There's no Nerd Haven. It's just me, Scott, our friend Derek Grove. We show up to fucking SAPs. We roll up, knowing full well, we don't really know. I like part of me thinks I'm sick, right?
Well, I mean,
Part of
yeah,
me thinks
you're
I'm sick,
topping all
but
your locals and all the buddies.
I
Like
win. Dog, I win everything.
you win everything.
I'm about to pop up. Part of
Now,
me thinks
now,
I'm sick, but part of me knows that it can't be true. Like I see how many people are in the venue.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, question,
This,
question. Going into this, what was your who were you like planning to play? Like, so that you're going in here to this new tournament. Were you like in the
oh, this was a
headspace
bit
of?
after I had pretty much cleanly switched to being a Falco player at
Oh,
this point.
okay, all right. I didn't know if you were still like okay, all right. So
And
you
my
were
and at this
confident.
point, I'd say my Falco was probably better than any other character I had.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you're going in this thing like you're going in best character, new people.
Yeah,
You're going as hard as you can.
I'm about to pillar combo some people, and I did
Hell
get
yeah.
pillar combo. It was pretty nice. But I went a clean 1-2,
Let's go,
and I was
Lockhaven
like,
Smash, baby.
and the one wasn't pretty. It was. I'm not gonna lie. Is this most like spaghetti nerve-ridden set between me and some Marth who I don't think I ever saw again. It was just so. It was. But it was like again, it was like,
Hey, I
damn,
want.
I'm in a room full of this many people better than me now,
Yeah.
and it's like, it was just instantly like inspired. Like I played probably, I got knocked out and I played friendlies for the rest of that day until Derek was fucking ready to leave.
We have to go, dude.
We have to go. At,
You go 1-2 at that tournament, and did that
and I'm
like
rehooked. It's
exactly
like,
right? So that
and
showed you.
I think because me and Scott entered doubles, and we go 1-2 in doubles, which in doubles is a bit more impressive at the time, because it was like me and Scott, we we actually had never teamed like before, mostly because if me and Scott were to team back in the day, there would not be a second team.
No, exactly right. Yeah, like
In fact, doubles used to just be like me and someone versus Scott and
and
someone.
someone. Yeah,
Yeah, simply because like it'll be the
Scott,
most fun.
Scott and a level
Like,
9 Ganon.
dog, I'd probably lose.
So,
I'm not gonna lie.
1-2 and doubles, and like so, I feel definitely like you're everything that revitalized you was just finding just more competition, right?
Yeah, it's just like knowing that like there's this like level like right like above you
Mm-hmm.
is like literally driving. It's like this pure, especially when you can like experience it. You play against it and you're like, damn, like the mountain is so much taller than like I had ever considered. And I think it happens to like so many people, like even up to like you're a top 100 player, right? And it's just like you've seen like these crazy good up and coming foxes, and then they just get absolutely steamrolled bodied by Zane.
Yeah.
And I think there are two types of reactions to that as the player, as the fox, right? And there's just like pure drive to get better, just
Mm-hmm.
like I could like that's the level you can get to, and then there's just like defeat, and
I've hit the
and
peak, and it's yeah.
it's like there he is, and it's just like this wall in front of you.
I mean,
But like, and you gotta be able to have the drive to climb the mountain to be able to even get another shot at the wall.
oh my god, yeah,
Because
yeah.
the top level of melee is insane, arguably too insane, but I love it. It
So
becomes literally beautiful
oh yeah, like
after.
it's this like how I said before, like earlier in our like not in this, but earlier like it's like the game is so expressive and like it's so
Mm-hmm.
it's so nuts and how the whole thing you can
People
watch
always people
obviously.
always like say it as like I like a half joke or maybe even like in sincerity, but it's like you could put it on a clip and it's just raw gameplay of two top players, and like I feel like I could just like I know who they are.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like you can tell two foxes by their gameplay. Like two fox, not just by like oh wow he's moving and this guy's like sitting still. Like I'm not talking like a novice and a and someone that's good. Like
Yeah,
you put Mango's fox and Leffen's
next to
fox
yeah,
like
and and it's just like a stark difference. It's just
yeah
it's almost like a philosophy on the game. You'll like I
yeah
feel like
because
everyone kind of has their own like
exactly because I mean
ideology on how
you
the game is
hit
supposed to be played.
you hit that level and it's like yeah cool you have crazy tech skill yeah cool you can pull off this whatever but at that point it's the mind game it's
Yeah.
it's the it's the what you bring to the table as just you not
Usually,
like
like
there's not
And
this like
usually the higher you go,
universal.
like the less execution is like flubs will happen. But you can,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and there's still these players that will like whose expertise is just like insane execution that it's just absurd, like hacks, right? And it's just like you watch his Fox, and it's just like this pure like blaring of buttons,
Mm-hmm.
just like noise. Like Fox is just fucking moving and putting out moves, like literally overwhelming, but also to a point where it's like while he's so fast, while he's so technical and insane, he is, I think, inherently a slightly more defensive player. But he's just so quick. It's just like he's dash dancing inside out of your like threat range, forcing you to like feel pressured and do a thing, and then he like reacts to you being scared and doing something and like run in and shines you.
Yep.
And it's just so it's like so unique to him where it's like you see, well, I mean, everyone can do that, no one does it the way
Mm-hmm.
he does. And then it's
Exactly.
just like where you watch like comparatively it's like you watch Leffen, and it's just this Fox that's willing to dissect like you as a player and just like the matchup as a whole, and it's just like everything is just so planned at that level, or where you like when he hits you and it just feels like there's nothing that could have been done to avoid it when he's playing at his level. That's insane. And every different like top player has this different kind of like feelings like that to them. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what like melee is, or it's just like we're clashing. How you see that? And I don't think that's like, and I think traditional fighters do have that too, but I think melee has it in spades, where it's just like so much like freeformity and
Exactly, and I think the biggest thing of that is like because there's no, to a degree, I don't want to get step on anyone's toes, make anyone mad. Like, listen, if you're listening to this and you are a hardcore Street Fighter player, God love you. You if you play Mortal Kombat, Tekken, whatever you play,
absolutely.
and you're enjoying it, do whatever. Respect 100%. But the way that Melee's
I
different, you
think
you don't have
I
the
think
that.
those games are probably just as deep, just
Oh
like
no, yeah,
different
definitely
ways, of
different
course.
ways, different ways. Like, and I feel like those games are like you said, just as deep, but not so much in a visual way that Melee is.
And
Um,
I think that's also part of what leads melee to be such the spectator sport. I just put air quotes
exactly,
around that. I'm in a voice call. You didn't see that spectator sport that we are,
exactly. Yep,
where it's just like you can watch someone's personality and how they move. Where sometimes in a different game, it may be harder to like discern from that
exactly.
from
Yeah,
your like optimized combo that you're gonna do off your neutral win, and maybe the way you got that neutral win was very nuanced and really interesting and very smart and deserves the dissection, but like it might not get it because it's so hard. It might be visually harder to see that. Whereas in melee, you see the way someone gets that neutral win is like it like smacks you in the face with like how the like what they did as a player to like earn their hits.
exactly, exactly. Because like I appreciate a lot of the fighting. I love. Uh, I was big into Mortal Kombat for a little while. I was really big into Tekken 7 for a while, and Tekken 7 has a really cool, beautiful movement, being a
Oh yeah, I
fighter in
think
a
Tekken
3D
7
space.
might be like maybe the deepest fighting game
It's,
out
oh my
there right
gosh,
now. It's
yeah, like it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But like, if you don't have that knowledge of those games' intricate mechanics, of like very very select spacing, then you, like, for me,
Mhm.
watching games like Mortal Kombat as in a spectator sport, if I go into my brother watching it, if it's Evo or some other big tournament, I'm just watching to see, to like, at a very basic level, and I get hype when someone gets a first pop up, because I know, okay, wow, there's that pop up, now they're hitting that combo.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
Melee,
almost exactly the same. But it's like, in fact, the same fighting games where that I have a lot less knowledge in, like Mortal Kombat. So I'm less inclined to truly understand or like dig deep into like interaction. Whereas in like a Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighters, Tekken, I will watch a video on like why blank is like nuanced or like
oh yeah,
interesting or
yeah.
smart.
What is your favorite aspect of Melee? This doesn't have to be just in the game. Like this doesn't have to be like, well, okay. For example, my favorite aspect of Melee is the movement. I love the
Hmm.
movement and everything out. But so like you
I
could
think there's
have,
two very different avenues where you can answer the question. I think and I like to talk
yeah. I
about
mean,
both
and
ways.
you can
Where
answer it like in game, or you can answer like out of game. You know what I mean? Like,
because
oh, I
yeah,
like,
there's two ways you can answer it, and and those are the ways. And I think in game is just like the free formity, like even every aspect you is a pick and it's a pick and choose game. What do you want to do?
yep,
Where it's like even you're getting hit, right? Even and you aren't. In other games, you might get hit, and you just kind of are. You're there for the ride now,
exactly. Yeah,
right?
you're till that string's over, you're there.
Melee, you have your defensive game. Like you influence in the way that you are comboed. You influence in the way that this, like this hit leads to the next one, or even if it does, or if you SDI out of that move into so that they can't connect the next, that exists. And then there's like even just like your comboing, and then you get your hit, and your move selection can change the combo tree drastically. Where it's like you hit your strong nair as Fox, and you have yeah, you could like running jump cancel up smash. You could turn around up tilt. You could run dash jump like strong hit reverse back air to keep sending them forward, but keep your momentum. You could like running like first hit forward air fastball land and like grab them. You have so many options, and it's just like it's up to you, and then it's also up to your opponent. Like everything you're doing is like some form of interaction with the person sitting next to you. Well, not anymore. You know,
Yeah.
the person
The person on controlling the other
at the on the
character
other screen.
on the other screen, 6 feet apart.
One of my favorite, but like in person, melee is just like the sheer like energy like a room will have when like the tournament is just like a tournament's winding down and just like grands is happening, and it's like two very strong players playing some admittedly amazing melee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can just feel like every person standing behind them, they're tense, they're waiting, and it's just like every hit, everyone reacts, screams, like jumps. It's one of the, I mean, I don't want to say it's one of the only things like that because the same thing happens. Two people, like a whole group of people watching basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do the same thing, but it's in melee. It's like so personal because it's like every person that you're in that room with knows each other.
Mm-hmm.
You're all boys, and you're all like in awe of the game, pure like beauty at that point, where you're just like at a certain point you're watching two like high level players play versus each other, and it's just like actually magic
It's
at a point.
there was I love that answer. That was so good, dude. When when we went to SmashCon, I remember like sitting at the end, and yeah, like a lot of the big names still weren't in, but I mean Armada was still in. I remember
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that tournament was
he
Armada
won. I
making
think
the
he
grand
won.
final.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't remember who won, but we like I remember there was a point sitting there when everyone's like going, everyone's sitting there, it's all tense and everything, and then I just had a thought in my head, and I was like, dude, like we do this every week, like this is the same thing. um, and it was just so neat to be like thinking like every single person that's here does this on a weekly or bi-weekly whatever basis, and like but now
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
at this one point and it's the same energy because like seeing sets between you and Scott or whoever
And we got the mini crowd. Not,
exactly, and it's just it was just nuts. It was nuts to see. So yeah, no, I totally feel that. So that kind of leads into this next one. This next question. What do you miss most? If anything at all, I mean, you could be somebody, and if you're listening to this too,
I hated land.
yeah,
I
I
hated
hated land,
land.
but we're not saying we
um,
hate land, but like, if you're listening to this and you're super down with, and you think that internet online tournaments are better, dude, heckin' great, dude. Like that's a cool view, but
I will say one thing
yeah,
in
what
the
do
benefit
you?
of
Oh yeah, go
in the
ahead.
benefit of online tournaments is that they make it better for like a person to like create their own content. Like if you're in tournament at a major, you don't get to stream all your own matches to your viewers, right?
Yep.
You're just kind of playing. So the streaming aspect of it kind of goes downhill for the top players and at the majors, which is part of the reason why it's hard to monetize yourself. Whereas like these online events, you see every top player streaming their perspective. You know, it's fun.
Yeah, yeah, that is. You get to. Yep, exactly.
There's nothing like when you and your opponent are sitting right next to each other, right? It's different. It's a different beast when you have to. You're physically interacting with them. You fist bump. You say good luck. You stage strike in person. I tell Axis that I don't want to play on the big one, and he goes, "Oh, Dreamland, yeah, okay, banned." And he goes, "Okay, well, are you okay with we gentlemen to the flat one?" And he's like, "Yep, we'll start an FD," and then we do that. But like, it's just different. It's so much more personable that way, and
Yeah.
it helps if you and your scene are close, which I feel like I am, but it some people might feel differently, and online is actually blessed. We are so lucky that
Oh
we
my
are
gosh.
a
Yes.
scene that gets to play the video game we like right now,
Yes.
because
Yes.
not every scene gets this. We
Yes.
don't have that they don't have that pleasure, and it's just I feel really bad for any of the games just like literally left in the dust. Like they just either they play and just know they're not playing a good experience of their game and are not having as much fun, or they're just like they just stop. A lot of times they just stop. I like the ultimate is just like in shambles. Like what are you gonna do? Just
Exactly.
play and lag?
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's nuts. Like, because I mean, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. Like, if Slippy was not a thing right now with rollback, I would not be playing netplay.
Yeah, the old net play wasn't that bad, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough.
Exactly.
Before Slippy came out, there were the online events. Kind of got some numbers, and they popped off a little bit. But then I remember the day Slippy dropped, and it's like we're all at home grinding, like popping off, like we're so excited for it. And then
Mm-hmm.
we got to go get Kevin from the airport, like because he went down to visit his family and visit his dad in Florida. So we go get Mono is his tag, by the way. Um, we go get Kevin from the airport, and we're driving him back, and he's like, "Why are you guys like driving so fast?" Like, dog, you don't understand. Kevin, we're gonna play melee net play when we get home, and he's like, "No, I hate net play," and I'm like, "Kevin, you don't anymore." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You'll see, dog."
You'll see. There are, like I said, like I believe there are just things that IRL tournaments just do that IRL tournaments I don't think even if they try really hard can like still do. You know.
Yeah,
Um.
it's fun, especially because like the huge majors they have like so many things you could do in between too, right? Like
Oh yeah, you're
the
playing
SmashCon,
friendlies
you
and
play
you're
friendlies, you go check out the vendors.
exactly
There's
100%.
so much to do. Like go watch like top 36, top 32 matches, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Day
yeah,
two.
one hundred
There's so
percent.
many. You have all the options in the world, but then it's just like online. You're not like missing out or too much, other
No,
than the
yeah,
in-person aspect. That's the
exactly.
true.
Yeah,
That's the true drawback.
like yeah,
Which is like the intangible, because like some people aren't gonna care. Like some
oh yeah,
people are
some
just
people
gonna
are just,
play the game. The killers. They're just
yeah.
out there. They're just gonna play the game and win their
The
matches and
cruel
move
Scotties of
on.
the world. Yeah, because I played in a tournament. I've played since quarantine. I have a very busy schedule with work and with other just things I have to take care of during the week that I don't get as much free time as I used to. And I specifically set time aside one weekend. Well, actually, it was a Thursday night. It's called like Thirsty Thursdays. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's some tournament that runs every Thursday. And I was like, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
screw it. I'm gonna enter it, online, whatever. So I've only entered one online tournament. And in true Lockhaven fashion, your boy Nani, I'm admit it now, went 0-2.
Yeah, dog, it happens. Especially
And
online.
yeah, there was a whole nother like just the whole feel of it just felt was it was almost very surreal. Like I played the match, ended it. I couldn't look over and say good game. I couldn't, it
Yep,
was
you just have to go to the chat menu, say
go to the
GG's,
chat menu, GG, hit loss, confirm. That's it.
and then the tournament's over and
And the
you're home.
tournament's over. Exactly,
That's
and you're
kind of
already
one
home.
of the blessed things about online though, is like you're done, you lose, you're knocked out, and you're like bummed about it, right?
Yeah,
You can just close the tab.
you
You're
can
done.
shut it off. Uh,
You
exactly,
need a
dude.
breather. You close the tab. You don't have to go to the corner of the venue and feel so mad anymore.
Exactly, dude.
Which,
As
which I've done.
somebody who has used to be like very bad with stuff like that, dude. Like
I think getting upset when you lose is like the true melee. Like it's like
The true
damn,
melee, yeah.
being able to look at a loss as like in the long term, you have to look at them as like the good thing, right? That's just like
Mm-hmm.
there it is. I lost,
Exactly.
and then here are the things I can improve, and that's what a loss should inform you of.
Exactly. Yep.
But it's in the moment, it's so
Oh,
hard
it's so
sometimes.
hard. Oh yeah, there's
It's
no way
like
being able to to play and have a bad match and stuff. It is really chill. Because actually, I had a buddy at my house at the time, and I was like, before obviously I was warming up with some obviously unranked. And he was like,
unranked, which does not give you a
no,
accurate depiction of
no,
who you're
no.
about to play in
In
tournament.
tournament, dude.
The people who are queuing up for unranked are not the same guy you're about to play
In
around with. That
tournament,
guy's blue, like I think
dude.
typically.
I'm literally like, I remember I was playing this puff in
And you're like,
unranked,
I'm feeling
and
kind of good.
I'm dude, like I'm hitting everything. Like I'm my
I
like
might I might make
he
a
was
run.
really heavy doing grabs. I was like I was really good with my movement. My dash dancing was clean. I was going in and out, baiting out the grabs. You know, getting the up throw, up air. And then my buddy's like, dude, you're playing really hot. And I mean, he didn't know anything about the game. But he was like, dude, like. Yeah, because like his whole thing was it was super cool because he had played melee before and he knew that there was
Mhm.
not an online. So seeing this, and his mindset was like anybody that like takes the time to set this up online, because he didn't know how absolutely simple it is to get Slippy. Um,
Is so easy.
it's so
It's
easy, less than a
insanely
minute.
easy,
There's a YouTube video that says how to set up Slippy in less than a minute.
dude.
um,
The speed run.
yeah, and so he was like thinking everyone has to be absolutely just animals at this game if they're going to take the time to do this. And then I get in tournament go 0-2. I just look, I look at him and I'm like, dude, I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like these guys are super good. Because he looked at me, he's like, damn, he's like, were you just like messing up? I'm like, no, dude, these guys are just really, really good. And like, there's nothing more that like in that moment though after that I wanted to just like look over and just like give a fist bump and be like, damn, dude, like good game, like you
You got
are
me. Yeah.
really good, dude. And like I said, like
And you can't do that. And if you send someone like a you played a man, you own me. Like it might come up. Like, I'm afraid to come up as disingenuous.
No, yeah,
Sometimes.
you need to have that human tone. You need to have the body language for that to really come through. I guess that also covered the other thing, you know, and there are other things that IRL tournaments provide as a whole that online tournaments haven't been able to replicate. I think we covered that. That's pretty good. I definitely one of the things that I mean, and this is not on a local scale to some degree, but definitely on a big scale. Like when we went to SmashCon, dude, I cannot tell you how cool it was to see this video game that is my favorite video game. Vendors who have made all this insane art and merchandise for this game, like that was
Specifically
so
to
cool.
cater to the it's insane.
It was absolutely it was so amazing. And like you know I mean and people like and that like I feel I'm really hurting for them right now. People who are amazing like the artist and that yes can run off of their Etsy, and if you're thinking about if you also miss this, run to their somebody's Etsy, and I mean I don't know any links right off the top of my head or anything, but and pick some up. Support these
Or
people through this time.
Jisoo or something.
Jisoo, yeah, Jisoo art. I actually have a poster up here that Doug gave me.
There's a
And
there's a there's a bunch of great content out there, and definitely support melee creators, please,
yes.
if you listen to this.
Give me a little briefing. Describe our pre-pandemic locals, the venue, the draw of our participants, and just like anything else you think worth noting about like what our locals were.
Okay, so our locals are placed in a. It's actually pretty standard for a lot of regions, I would assume. A magic, well, actually not just magic, just like a
Oh, it's a,
hobby and art shop
yeah, yeah.
in our local town, Lock Haven, called Nerd Haven. Mostly cater. Well, originally most competitive card games, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and the such. Pokemon and Vanguard. They decided that they would try us out for like a competitive thing. Like if you get the numbers, we'll run tournaments for you guys. A good bit back. In fact, it was a different, much smaller storefront at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and we were crammed into the back, and it was much smaller. And then they upgraded this new one that's actually huge. Uh,
Oh
but
my gosh, yeah, dude. It was literally like changing.
uh, the owner, Zach Hess, I cannot say enough good things of him. He's probably the most nice person.
Literally the most nice, accepting man. Like this dude, literally, he has literally said to us, like, dude, if you can find people willing to play Beyblade, I will
A
run you a
Beyblade,
Beyblade
I will run
tournament.
a tournament for your Beyblades, dog. Yeah, he's the best. But the sweetest, nicest person, and then we're just like in, we're like in the back, and then we run our event, and we get anywhere from, I'd say, our smallest events are like 6 people, which are 6-man bracket, not good. That's sad.
Yeah.
But sometimes, we get around up 10, 12, and then there are the other events where occasionally, Penn State
Mm-hmm.
makes an appearance,
Yeah, we hold
or
our
like another region decides to come up, fucking Philadelphia sometimes.
Smash Havens, baby.
The Smash Havens are monthlies where they'll come up, and we can get anywhere from like 12, 18. I think we've peaked at like probably 22
Yeah,
tops.
exactly.
It wasn't huge or anything, but like we get good players occasionally who are
Mhm.
looking to farm some shmoney from these Lock Haven kiddos, and we're looking to not give them all of the money.
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
is what we're trying to do. We're trying to take some home.
Trying to take some home. Um, yeah, dude, like I said, like I feel it's a very, very I feel like a very similar thing to like a lot of other locals. Just a really cool, very lucked out to find like you said, we literally cannot say enough nice things about Zach. Like so
He is
accommodating.
blessed.
Um,
He has blessed us with
like
a venue.
we will walk in and like honestly we are when obviously pre pandemic.
Smash does not make him a lot of money.
No, exactly. It does not. It does
We
compared to
we
everything else
buy
in that
yeah.
shop.
We
Nothing.
don't buy cards. We don't buy. I'm like
Yeah,
the video games. We don't
yeah. We
buy
don't. You
stuff.
know,
We buy drinks,
we
and
buy
then Zach
drinks, and
collects a
that's
very
it.
small venue fee, and we just kind of. He's so
Yeah,
nice,
and also
and not to mention he plays
yeah,
occasionally.
he also plays occasionally, and the venue fee isn't even like normal days when we go. Like we would go. That's only on tournament days. Like we will be there like me because
Yeah,
back when I work I had breaks like in the middle of the day. I would
and
be
it's
there
like
like
every day
every
you're there
weekday for 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and
grinding.
I would literally just walk in there, sit down in the back at one of the TVs. Zach would literally just be like, oh hey, what's up, Casey? Know what I'm there to do, and just like leave me chill. Like no,
Yeah.
like you don't have to like give me $1 to go back, sit back there and play. Like super chill guy. So like we are very blessed to have that spot and to have him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super awesome.
I'd be hard pressed to think the venue fee paid for the electric for the
Oh yeah,
CRT.
exactly. Yeah, no, no. And he even does like, God bless the man. Literally, even like as how small it is like if you bring a setup and a CRT, you
Wait,
get a
wait, wait.
discount. Like he waves the venue fee. Like this man absolutely just can tell that he just loves having people there. And I'm not talking from a business sense. Like he's not thinking of that because we're not
I
making
think he's
him
just
that much
social.
money.
Yeah.
He's just loves having people in his shop and loves having people like seeing people have fun with something that he offers to people, which is for us a space to play and a space to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, just super super awesome, super good, super wholesome.
I heard he plays Marth now, which I think is a fitting character for him.
Yeah, I mean it is Lock Haven. He was a Fox main. Exactly, like he will be in a like we'll be in a bracket match and then somebody will come in if you're not on the counter he'll just pause and be like go take care of that quick. But like that just shows how much that he loves not only hosting us but like being involved.
Mm-hmm.
Um and that's like with anything because I've been in there other times where we're sitting there. Branson, my brother, has a love for just fighting games in general. Like his PS4 is nothing but obscure. I mean, main titles, but also obscure fighting games. And Zach will just go back there and play. Like um, just loves having people there and having fun. And I think it's super super sick. I feel like this kind of moving into this next question, like in the question of like why do you still like play Melee?
I am obsessed with this fucking 2.5D platform fighter because
Hell
I've
yeah.
missed a couple Yoshi grabs because I know that ZX exists. But uh, I'm literally obsessed with it. I don't think I can physically stop playing Melee. I can take a break, maybe. But I don't think I can quit the game ever. I think that, and that's literally the reason why I want to switch to Box is that I play Melee for a couple hours a day. At this point in time, I get like a little, my hands, they'll hurt, like they'll get a little sore the next day.
Mm-hmm.
If I play too hard, I it can be bad enough that I might not even want to play the next
Mm-hmm.
day. Uh, I intend to play this game for forever, like literally forever. If the box will help me play this game for the end of days, I will switch, and I think that's what it is. That's why I'm gonna. That's why I'm switching. Although the
Awesome.
footage will be me on controller though, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So also just like through this, I mean, I'm sure probably you've understood this at this point. The footage that will be on this video is just footage we did before. We're not playing and doing this at the same time, um, just to make sure we could focus on these questions better. Um,
Playing and talking in melee
it's
is
so hard,
actually
dude.
a skill you develop. I can
Yeah,
I can do it, but it can get not
yeah.
pretty sometimes. It
Respect,
can get
respect to streamers that do that. Like this is nuts.
the game just
Um,
takes like my full attention if I'm
yeah,
playing it at that point.
100, 100.
I can talk to someone, but not like
Oh yeah, we're
hold
not
a
holding a
conversation.
conversations because I can definitely throw out like you.
I'm probably get hooked, or something.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah, I can just call someone a shithead, like you dumbass. But like
I'll
I can't.
play it up, dude. You just, like I get shined off stage, but like I'm not gonna we're not gonna have a philosophical discussion while I'm playing
Exactly,
melee.
exactly. Unless me and Jordy are talking about like Star Trek or some shit like that. But this one I really want to touch on because I think it could have some really cool answers. Is number 11 on here on our sheet. Have you learned anything through Melee that you have been able to apply to your life outside of the game?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good question. My thing is that I think melee has taught me a lot. I think it's melee's been actually like such a big thing for my I think growth as a person because I've been playing it for 5 years at this point in time, right? And I think the biggest thing melee's taught me is there's there are a couple things, but I think the biggest one's probably like the ability to learn how to learn. Like at first, it's just like beating your head into a wall, and it's just like you're not trying to actually learn. You're just trying to like brute force the game. But
Mm-hmm.
like being able to actually, in fact, study the game is actually how you get better. And I think that's the most important thing that like melee has taught me is that like you have to be willing to genuinely put in time to being an absolute behemoth of a nerd, an absolute massive nerd
And you just
to
have to
be able
accept
to
it. Yeah.
yeah, you are going to have to put in hours into just watching other people play,
Mm-hmm. Watching a 2 hour
watching
long
or
Ken
even worse
documentary.
yet, the worst thing ever, watching yourself play.
Oh my god.
I hate it. I hate vodding myself. It's brutal, but you have to do it. You have to at a certain point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like learning how to learn is one of the most things that games have taught me. Like it's just the best. I mean, and then there's a couple other things I'd say it's like helping with like understanding like I'd say maybe like humility, even though I have a outward ego that's huge, but
No, that's great because like you know you might think like wow this is a video game I can't really learn anything but it's like anything in life if you spend a portion of your life a significant portion of your life doing anything you're gonna learn something from it. It's so easy for somebody to say that about music. I've listened to this
yeah.
artist so much they've taught me so much through their music, not downplaying that but I'm just as an example.
In fact, yeah,
um
I that's one of the things I like respect the most is like specifically like musical. But yeah, I think it's really this game is one of the hardest games, and it's just it forces you to have to grow as a person, to grow as a player. Honestly, even and then there's honestly the connections that you make playing the game, like the people you meet, are it's like some of the most real connections I've ever had in my life. Like the friends I've made through Smash are like some of the friends who I just know that will be my friends forever. Like
exactly,
compared to like in high school, like the friends
exactly,
I made through there, like so many of them I'll never talk to again. Probably not like any particular reason. We just drifted apart. We're just not close anymore. And if I
exactly.
did see him, we'd probably say hi, probably be friendly and stuff. But like, I could go 3 years out seeing someone in Smash and still like know that they're my friend every day. And then 3 years from now, we meet each other again and just fucking like, yo, dude, what's up? It's been so like, it's just different.
Exactly, dude. That is fucking awesome. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time to chill out, answer some questions. I think that Melee has a great story, but I also think that a lot of its stories that are super important to the scene are just kind of, I don't know, just sometimes kind of go untold, you know? And I
Yeah,
think that this can be a cool way that we can kind of tell some of those stories, and I really appreciate you
yeah, and I'm
taking time
excited
to
to
be the
see.
first part. My goal, like I said, is to, or like, just to highlight small town scenes, stories that don't get told,
Hmm.
and just how, like, you know, because and I'm not saying that like higher up people in the Smash community, meaning not only skill wise, but you know other things, like they have, you know, they've said on many occasions, like the people who go to a tournament and go 0-2 are important, you know, like
Yeah,
they're
they
people,
definitely are.
they're driving the scene, you know, they're there, they're spreading support, love, you know. um
Someone's gonna do it.
hey,
So,
it's a hard job to to
but
go to a tournament and
but
play
it's
Diz Kid
honest
Boogie.
work.
Yeah, it's hard to go to.
It ain't much,
It's
but it is
honest.
honest work. To be
Um,
O2ing is a profession.
exactly, dude. That's why, like, who made the clothesline, the O2 clothesline? That shit was genius. But yeah, so I think,
And then all the top players appropriated it.
yeah.
He fucking IBDW wearing his OT hoodie. You.
Like he's going O2. Yeah, fuck you. You have to
Like,
earn. You have to
respect
earn.
it. Respect the culture. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, like I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. Once again, thank you for sitting down, and for everyone watching, dude. Big appreciation if you've watched this far. I can't say how appreciative I am of you taking the time to watch this. Let me know if you like this, and definitely get in contact with me. Either through comments on this video, send me a message. If you want to have your scene represented, if you'd be cool with doing a little interview.
Yeah, if your scene has the story to tell,
If your
hopefully
scene has
better
a story
than
to
what
tell,
I can tell.
dude, if you can't beat LH Smash, I don't know. we, we do set a pretty high bar. Um,
Well,
well,
I'm a little.
high. It
It gets
depends
me a
on
little
what.
rambly.
Depends on what definition of high we're talking about. We set a pretty high bar.
God
Um,
damn it, Carter.
God damn it, Carter, we love you. Uh, but yeah, that this has been Melee's Untold Stories with your boy Nani. I really hope you enjoyed listening and watching me get my absolute ass handed to me uh, in the background. So I hope you have a.
That's just history at this point.
I hope you have a good night, and I hope that you and your family and your loved ones and friends are come out of the pandemic safe. And I can't wait to see you at the next tournament.